Hello, welcome to All Things Wrestling. This is yours truly, Jason Cole here. And here's my thoughts on WrestleMania. Why did I quit being a true WWE fan? Why did I go to being an extreme, and I was, walking encyclopedia of WWE? I was pretty much knew everything at one time in my life about the WWE or the WWF, whatever. And I knew everything. Why did I go to being a a professional fan, I guess you could say, to being a casual fan? Well, after watching the last WrestleMania, you can understand why I'm just a casual fan now. Because always the underdogs get ripped off. The underdogs and WWE don't care. They pamper the stars, and the underdogs don't win anymore. Oh, well, if you're for the underdogs, you're a puppet. You're a puppet. You feed into the WWE. But is that really true? Or is the ones calling us casual fans, are they the real puppets? I have to address that today because my disappointment with several matches, which I really wasn't disappointed with Charlotte Flair's match because Charlotte can recuperate and come back and win the belt again. I mean, she is just fantastic. Classy, Class A all the way. I used to not really be a Cody Rhodes fan, but I have been the last few months. The American Nightmare, I really enjoyed it. And I used to be I'm still, Roman Reigns is okay. I've always been a Roman Reigns fan, but not to pass it down to, some people say, oh, well, Cody hasn't done enough yet. Well, if you mean you're not going to count the first years he was in the WWE and some of the stuff that he accomplished? You're just going to say, well, he came back, but he hasn't accomplished nothing. Well, you're just going to erase his past? See, he has accomplished a lot. And he paid his dues the first time he's WWE, and the second time he's WWE, whatever. He paid his dues, and he deserved that belt at WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, he can win it a week later. He can win it on SmackDown or Raw, but it's not the same as winning it at WrestleMania. And those that say, well, Cody didn't own it or has done enough yet, is, I guess you're going to erase his past with the WWE and all the stuff he accomplished in the past in the WWE and just erase it. All you professional fans out there, you know what I'm talking about? Well, this casual fans is a bunch of baloney. Why I quit watching, being a professional fan to a casual fan. I just told you. Always stomping on and I thought maybe things would change since the old Vince McMahon was gone. And I see that that's not the case. Well, as far as I'm concerned, used to be in a professional, because I'm going to tell you something. 1984, I became a professional fan. Hulk Hogan won the belt against the Iron Sheik in 1984. I was hooked to the WWF, WWE. And I mean, time I was a teenager, I could quote anything about the WWE I forgot more than I ever learned when I was a professional fan. When I was a professional fan, I forgot half the stuff that I've learned, and I certainly don't know none of the new stuff, but I still got some of the old stuff in my brain. But yeah, why I'm a casual fan is for that reason. How they screw the underdogs all the time. And I got sick of it. And it finally came to the point where, they never pushed other talent. They only pushed a certain amount of people. they put, they kept others from going up the ranks. I mean, it's all favoritism, and it just really, I was a professional fan years ago, and I mean, I knew my stuff. Now I could care less. I'm a casual fan. Um, I still love to go back and watch older matches from the 80s and 90s. The 80s and 90s is where it's at. I was a fan of probably up until past the 2000s, and then it started getting a little bit after the Attitude Era, which some things about the Attitude Era I wasn't totally fond of, but up until maybe a few years after the Attitude Era, then it started getting all crazy and stomping on the underdogs. I still had watched it for a long time. I would say about, you know, probably 2012, 13, 14, 15, I stopped being over 10 years ago, I stopped being a professional fan, and now I'm a casual fan. So, whatever. I have kept my eyes on some other wrestling organizations that's doing a pretty good job. I kind of got a little excited back in January because I really enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Was really enjoyable on Peacock, and I really had high expectations for Mania. Those of you professional fans that just choose to still be a professional fan, and you want to call us casual fans puppets because we cheer for the underdog. Well, you professional fans that think everything flows through your knowledge, let me tell you something. You can keep the WWE as far as I'm concerned. And you need to look yourself in the mirror who's the real puppet. So that might make some people mad. That's fine. But as far as I'm concerned, when they stop pushing, they keep Brock Lesnar there, and they don't let nobody get anything on Brock Lesnar, one of the sorriest paperweight champions in the history, and they don't try to pass the torch on to somebody that deserves it. I mean, it's no wonder. Now, as far as being a professional fan, I am and will always be a professional fan of the old school. Started watching it in the mid 80s. Almost 40 years I've watched wrestling. I still know a lot about wrestling. I probably forgot more than I remember. But almost 40 years I have been watching wrestling. It's a long time. I assure you I'm no puppet. I may be a casual, but I'm no puppet. Just because I go for some underdogs. So, until next time, this is Jason Cole, All Things Wrestling. And you'll never forget the name of Coal Dust.